Hey everyone, I participated in my first Ludum Dare game jam where I had 72 hours to make a game, with the team delay the inevitable. Since this was my first Ludum Dare, I wanted a good start to this challenge. Wait, how much time do I have left? I spent some time taking down the concept of the game. With the time left, I had to do something simple. I settled on an arcade style game where your goal is to get the most points and survive. Your health would naturally drain slowly, so you have to slay demons to delay your death. I should be able to complete this. I can quickly crank out the 2D assets and do it in 3D. I started with modeling the player's hands and the base enemy. I was inspired by games like Devil Daggers and Ultra Kill, with more inspiration coming from the former. I textured the models to have that retro look. In Unity, I started with the player movement and gave our character a bunch of abilities like double jumping, ground pounding, and the dash. For the player's attacks, the primary attack was going to be a sick katana to encourage the player to get up close to attack. As for the secondary attack, I wanted something ranged that the player could charge up and shoot. So, finger gun. I made some particles for the player and the enemies. And speaking of the enemies, I gave them some animation and basic AI to chase and attack the player with projectiles. To diversify, I added floating enemies too. And finally, I designed and modeled the different types. With the time that I had, I managed to produce 4 enemies with some variations in their stats to spice up the gameplay. I set up the point system that will add up whenever you slay an enemy and the timer. I also added the health bar which will gradually decrease. As you can see, you only heal when you're within close range to damaging an enemy. This was to encourage players to rush in and attack rather than camping from far away and firing their finger guns. I also made a simple main menu. Very ominous. I wasn't a big fan of how the lighting looked, so I turned off all the lights and gave the player a small light source. This made the game much creepier and actually helped improve the mood of the game. I then got some sound and music from the internet and put them in. To double down on the retro look, I implemented the low resolution visual, which I feel actually looked really nice. But if you're not a fan of it, you can adjust the graphics and the settings. And with that, the game was done. I built it, uploaded it on itch, and submitted it to the Ludum Dare site. And after about 24 hours straight of grinding, I finally published the game. Now let's try it out real quick. So the web build had some problems with the sound because there were too many audio sources playing at the same time. It was already after the deadline, but we were allowed to make bug fixes. So I changed out the sound plate and now it's completed. You can play the game, the link in the description below. Let me know your score in the comments. My highest score is 3520. You can try to beat it if you can. If you want to hear more from me, consider leaving a like and subscribing. If you want to see another game jam video I made, you can check out my Illusion devlog, which I made for the Breckies 2022 game jam. But that's it. See you in the next one. Bye.